All right, let's talk about the magic happening behind your TV screen. There's this quiet but seriously powerful revolution going on in broadcasting. And no, I'm not talking about fancier cameras or bigger screens. I'm talking about the artificial intelligence that's making everything we watch smarter, faster, and way more personal. So let me ask you this. How does a computer watch a soccer match? It sounds kind of like a trick question, right? But it's a real problem that broadcasters are solving as we speak. I mean, think about it. To really watch a game, you have to track dozens of players, you gotta understand the rules, you have to know what a key moment looks like. For the longest time, that was a human-only job. Well, that's starting to change. And this is where things get absolutely wild. At the 2022 World Cup, AI wasn't just watching the game, it was analyzing it with a detail it's impossible for the human eye. We are talking about 29 different data points on every single player, captured 50 times a second. That is an insane amount of data, giving everyone from the refs to the broadcasters a view of the game nobody's ever had before. Okay, so we've had a little peek at what this tech can do. In this explainer, we're going to break down how AI is shaking up the entire industry. We'll start right there on the field. Then we'll go behind the scenes to see the efficiency machine at work. After that, we'll look at how it's making content way smarter, how it's creating an experience just for you, and finally, we'll check out what's coming down the road. That 2022 World Cup, it was really the big coming out party for AI and broadcasting. It stopped being this futuristic idea and became this incredibly powerful tool that was delivering real, tangible results on the biggest stage in the world. So let's really get into the nuts and bolts here. How did they do it? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was this whole symphony of technology. You had 12 special cameras in the stadium just for tracking players. They were capturing those 29 data points. We're talking everything from their limbs to their exact spot on the field, 50 times every single second. Then you add a sensor inside the ball itself. All that data gets crunched together to create a live 3D model of the game, which let them do things like automate offside calls with mind-blowing accuracy. And look, as cool as all that on-field action is, the real revolution, the part that's changing the whole business, is happening behind the scenes. This is where AI becomes this absolute beast of an efficiency engine, just automating all the grunt work that the broadcast industry is built on. And the change here is it's night and day. Picture the old way, right? You've got teams of people sitting in rooms for days, maybe even weeks, just manually typing out interviews, logging clips, checking for audio pops or video glitches. The AI way? It just flips that whole script. The entire workflow becomes automated, happening in real time. This automation is huge for two reasons. First, it makes everything more accessible, right? You get instant transcriptions, subtitles, translations. But the second part is maybe even more powerful. It makes content findable. By automatically tagging faces, logos, objects, anything you can think of, AI turns these massive, messy video archives into perfectly organized, searchable databases. And that frees up the human teams to do what they do best, actually create things. This quote from James Frazier at Newsbridge, it just hits the nail on the head. He says, AI removes the heavy lifting. Its performance doesn't care if a person is tired or if they haven't had their coffee yet. It's about consistency. It handles the repetitive stuff flawlessly, which lets the human experts put their energy into the creative, high-value work. Okay, so all this amazing efficiency behind the curtain is great, but what does it actually mean for us, the people watching at home? Well, it means the stuff we see on our screens gets better, more dynamic, and a whole lot more creative. And because producers and editors aren't so bogged down with the tedious stuff anymore, it unleashes all this creative energy. AI can watch a game and spit out a highlight reel in seconds. A producer can literally just say, show the player stats, and AI-driven graphics pop up on screen. We're even starting to see things like AI-generated virtual news anchors. The possibilities are really starting to open up. Oh, this is a perfect example of making content better. AI upscaling. Think about all that amazing classic TV footage or those legendary sports moments that were shot in grainy old standard definition. This tech can take that footage and intelligently blow it up to sharp HD or even 4K, all while keeping it looking authentic. It's basically bringing our visual history back to life for our modern screens. So, AI is making the production line faster and the final product smarter. But there's a third layer to all this, and it's all about making the viewing experience personal, specifically for you. So get this number. Studies suggest that almost 80% of us, yeah, I'm guilty of this too, use a second screen, like our phone or a tablet, while we're watching something live. We're looking at stats, we're on social media, we're checking other scores. And broadcasters, they know this. So instead of fighting it, they're using AI to lean into it. AI recommendation engines can show you clips you might like. Ads can be dynamically swapped out to match your interests. It can even create a whole library of personalized highlights just for your second screen, making sure there's always something relevant for you to see. Let's just walk through how this works. Imagine you get home and you've missed the first half of the big game. Instead of just jumping in cold or waiting for the halftime show, the system's AI sees you've just joined, it analyzes everything you missed, and boom, it instantly generates a personalized highlight reel to get you all caught up. That kind of custom-tailored experience is a game changer for keeping us engaged.
Now, of course, as amazing as all this sounds, the path to putting AI everywhere isn't exactly a smooth, straight highway. There are definitely some speed bumps. Broadcasters have to balance all of this incredible promise against some very real-world challenges.
It's really a classic trade-off, isn't it? On one side, you have the promise of insane efficiency, way better content, and this deep personal connection with viewers. But on the other side of the coin, you've got the real-world hurdles. The stuff is expensive to set up. You need people with brand new technical skills. And you start running into some really important ethical questions about authenticity when a machine can create content.
As one editor from Broadcast News put it, with things moving this fast, we could be seeing the rise of machine learning. And that's not some scary sci-fi thing. It just means we're in the middle of a fundamental shift in how our media gets made and how we consume it. And it's all being powered by these intelligent systems. And that really leaves us with this one big, fascinating question. Right now, AI is an unbelievable tool. It's an enhancer, a super-powered assistant for human creativity. But as it keeps getting smarter, as it continues to evolve, will that role change? Will it go from being the ultimate tool in the box to being the one holding the box? The next creator? That's the question that's going to define the future of everything we watch.